Okay.
Darlene, this is my friend Ellen. Ellen, this is Darlene, and so I met Ellen at it was something from Luminary. It was a party. Where was that party, Ellen, again?
In Midtown a couple of years ago.
And I think Darlene, you were at that party. It was someone's Christmas party. Do you remember what? I can't remember her names. It's been so long. It was a Christmas party at kind of a swanky location near where maybe where
At the
Barney's.
Pierre.
Nalini.
Yes, that's where I met. And but Ellen was there for a goddess party. She was there. Do you remember the goddesses?
Yeah.
Right next to us. Yes. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a melding of different worlds.
Yeah.
Hi, Christine. By the way,
hi, Ellen.
Hi, Christine.
Hi.
Glad for you to join us.
Oh, thank you. Just so you know, the Facebook link is bringing up something from yesterday, and the link that Ellen just sent me is working. So,
oh, all right.
You may have some Facebook people looking to get in.
Jesus. All right, let me try to fix that as we.
I didn't want to come in and complain. I wanted to hear more about a goddess party. That sounds like fun.
Well, the Instagram link is right. So, all right.
Okay.
Anyway.
What can you do? Yeah.
All right, we're here.
Yes.
In any case, so Elysha, thank you so much for your time today. For those of you, well, I guess Christine, you probably don't know Elysha. She is a fashion stylist with over 20 years experience.
Ooh.
She's worked a variety of brands and celebrities, including Carrie Underwood, Serena Williams, Tina Fey, and she's been featured in O Magazine. I get Elysha's emails almost every day. I mean, she just is a wealth of information and energy, and she always makes me feel happy. So, and as you know, I'm in real estate. I deal with a lot of clients that are moving into New York City and going into culture shock about the lack of closet space. So I thought, what better way, I'm trying to do more of these guest speaker events tied in somehow with real estate. I thought Elysha would be a great person to talk to about closet decluttering in our new economy.
Mhm.
So Elysha, take it away. I'll just start asking you questions. First of all, why do we get so cluttered in our closets?
Well, thank you so much. First of all, Ellen, this is super fun to be here today. And I'm really excited that Darlene and Christine are here. Oh, your names rhyme. I love that. I love that you two are able to come. And I want to get into questions, but I'm just curious if we could maybe do, since we have it's just us, let's just do introductions. Everyone can so everybody knows who everyone is. So I'll just start. I'll introduce myself. My name is Elysha, and I have been in the business fashion styling since the 90s. I got my start before people even knew what a stylist was. I always had to explain to people what I do. And I'd say, yes, I shop for a living, right? And so when you look at a TV commercial and you see they're selling, dishwashing detergent, the person who, the mom in the kitchen is wearing clothes, and it would be my job to go get the clothes for her based on a creative director's vision and, all with branding and all that stuff. So I've been doing that since the 90s. I pivoted my business before the pandemic. I had a pre-pandemic pivot. I pivoted from styling commercial shoots to focusing on everyday professional women. I started working with regular women like all of us here. And what I noticed was that we're struggling getting dressed. We're having problems finding clothes that fit. We don't know what to wear. We don't know how to put our clothes together. We have too much stuff in our closet. We don't know how to deal with it. So this is who I help now. And I do this through, I have one-on-one services, and I also offer group styling programs, because one thing I've learned is that women love to come together and talk about clothes. So that is what I do right now. So I would love to hear from you. Darlene, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, so Elysha and I met at a Luminary event where we were both literally just getting started in, I think, what we're doing now. And I have an earlier life as a corporate attorney. Then I transitioned and created button-down shirts for women who are large busted. And at the time I met Elysha, I was transitioning back to law, but at this point I realized I liked working one-on-one with people. And so I'm now focused on trust and estates work. And I began working at my current law firm February, right before the pandemic, February of 2020. So that's what I'm doing. I've just kind of woken up from a 4-month haze because we bought a house in Florida. So Ellen, we've gone through, we now have much larger closets that we're looking forward to. But I took the bar in February down there, and the movers just came yesterday. It was so much work. I'm like, I feel like I'm like able to breathe again because so we're still here in Queens, but it was such a relief to get everything in that truck yesterday. So I'm also, that's why Elysha knew I would be so interested in this webinar today.
So Darlene, you're in your place in Queens, but there's nothing there except for this one chair right next to you.
Well, we don't actually love our furniture, so we have most of our furniture still here, and we're gonna replace. And once we figure out what we want down there, we'll gradually do what we like.
So excited.
Because this is the house we moved into when we got married, and so we kind of brought both of our eclectic personalities. So hopefully now we'll meld something that we both have a vision for.
Right.
Excellent.
I love
That's
it.
great. Christine, I know Christine through a mutual friend who I met at work on Wall Street, actually. And Christine, you worked on Wall Street as well.
Yes.
We all worked in banking. It was, I guess we have a group of women that worked on Wall Street that we get together with at times through our mutual friend. And Christine, you are now retired.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Not that I feel any special way about it.
You're not excited about it, are you?
No.
You're still recuperating from your banking years, I guess.
Well, in a way. First, can I just commend Darlene on how put together she looks after having movers in her house yesterday? Because that's really something.
But it's her hair.
Hooray for Zoom.
But she has that fabulous hair, which always is gonna
Yes.
look amazing.
She may be wearing her pajama bottoms, but that's none of our business. Okay, so yes, thank you, Ellen. Yes, Ellen and I have known each other for quite some time now. I actually used to write project management standards and procedures for Citigroup, and I decided to retire right at the beginning of 2020. And indirectly, that leads me to this meeting because, of course, 6 weeks after I retired, COVID happened. So my closet has an assortment of the things I wore to work when I was 10 pounds lighter. And therefore, my closet is kind of a stranger to me because I've been in pajamas and sweats for the past 2 years. And there's jackets and things in there. And because I'm just starting to feel like maybe we're going to have a normal life, I have no idea what I need for this next chapter. I don't know how many of that stuff to save. I don't know what's in style and what's not. I don't know what's classic and what's old lady. None of it. So I'm a mess.
Yeah. And, I also have all those suits, and part of it was buying really nice things for work was a rite of passage.
Yes.
I made it into the Wall Street world. I wanted to have nice clothes to wear.
Yes.
Barney's women's shop used to be on 17th Street and 7th Avenue near the men's shop. And it was such a thrill, the whole experience of walking into a store like Barney's and having salespeople help me and looking at the beautiful Italian wool and the beautiful buttons and the craftsmanship of the clothes that were made there. It just, I can't throw my blazers out. It brings back all those memories. And it's sort of like my trophy. I mean, it's crazy. I have, so my closet, half my closet is that old life that I had for 30 years.
Mhm.
And then my new clothes, of course, is the pandemic, the fancier sweat outfits. But still, casual clothes are now, are here to stay because we're working from
I
home.
think so.
So it's also, I have a really hard time parting with my past. It's like saying goodbye to that life that I had. Not that I miss it. I'm very happy now, and but it's hard. It just brings back those memories, that rite of passage that I earned that money, and I could walk into Barney's and I could walk out of the store and that with that beautiful, I still have my Barney's shopping bags,
Mm.
I'm just not getting rid of them. And the whole experience of shopping is in those blazers collecting dust in my closet.
Yeah, so I'm so curious about this idea, Christine, the closet being a stranger, and what you're saying about these blazers that really represent that era of the trophy, right? And so at one end, it's like a stranger, so it's not you, but on this other end, it is a part of you, right? Because it's showing, it is the physicality of your accomplishments in a garment bag, right? So it is literally all wrapped up. So my first question, which I know you're going to ask me questions, but I'm going to turn it back to you and ask, number one, are you wearing these blazers? And number two, do you still love them? Like if we could just, because one of the things in order to clear your closet is you need to separate fact from fiction. Okay. We have a lot of story tied up with our stuff, right? So question number one is, do you still like these pieces? And that's just fact. Like when you look at it, do you like the quality? Do you like the buttons? Do you like the color? Do you like how it feels? Yes, she's saying yes when I put it on. And then number two, do you wear them anymore? Are you wearing them at all? Okay. So how did you wear them back in the day? How would you wear them?
To work.
I know, but like with what? Like what was the outfit?
It was either most likely a button-down shirt, a striped button-down shirt with a black skirt or black pants, my loafers, and my my Prada briefcase or whatever, a nice bag. Or on a hot day, I just wear a t-shirt under the blazer. I kept my blazer on all day long at work. I never took it off. I just always kept it on. I liked having those pockets in the jacket so I could put things in my pocket. I always had pens or keys in my pocket, my desk key. So and it just made me feel suited up, armor, ready to face whatever's gonna and the blazer was like, it was like protection. So I never took it off.
So why are you not reaching for that anymore? What's the reason that you don't reach for that blazer anymore? I mean, like, first of all, wearing it with the skirt and the striped button down, I feel like I'm just the vision of like, what are those movies like Wall Street, whatever.
Working Girl.
Diane
Keaton. Okay, so that's that. So okay, so let's put that away because you're clearly not going to do that again. So
No.
my advice is, how can you reimagine those blazers if they're beautiful and high quality and you like how you feel and they get you so that you feel suited up and ready? How can you wear those so that they feel modern and fresh? And what do you how could you layer it onto what you're wearing right now? I love blazers over dresses, and now is the time, as we're in weird weather transition, gorgeous and beautiful, but like still cold. You know what I mean? It's like
still cold. Yeah.
You don't want to put on like your big, heavy, thick sweaters anymore. You want to feel spring, but at the same time, you don't want to freeze. So I love blazers over spring dresses. I love blazers worn with your fancy athleisure wear. I mean, why can't you put a blazer with your fancy athleisure wear and then bring the loafers back maybe, or perhaps sneakers? So the idea here is to update, to reimagine how you're wearing.
I like that. I like that idea, because then with this, because I have fancy sneakers, I have, when the last thing I bought at Barney's before it closed forever is a pair of Prada sneakers that were reduced like 5 times, and they were affordable. And so, yeah, I could now wear my fancy sneakers with my black, better leisure black pants with a stretch band, not a zipper, because there's no more zippers. And then, I could wear a Gap plain old black t-shirt, white t-shirt, and the blazer. I feel better already. And that would look good, like I'm ready, but yet casual. It won't be, all right,
And you know
all right,
what
I'm
else
not getting rid of them.
And you know what else I love to do with those blazers? To make them feel even more like with where we are right now, and because we're in a more of a relaxed lifestyle now, I love to push the sleeves up. So, and if it has a beautiful lining underneath, even better, right?
Yeah.
So cuff it up and then push them, and then so you see your forearms, because that's always very complimentary as far as just like a figure flattery type of a technique, showing your forearms is going to be very.
And then you can see the jewelry.
And then you can see your jewelry. So there's multiple benefits to that. So you really don't have to get rid of those blazers. The only reason that I would say you would want to get rid of them is if you have no desire to wear them again. Like the skirts and the shirts with the stripes. Like, what about those? Do you still have those?
I have about 25 stripe button-down shirts, in so many different shades of blue and white and green, and and then I inherited some from my mom as well, because she loved that preppy look. So the shirts I could probably pare down. Yeah.
Pare down is a great way to do it, because again, you can do the same thing with the shirts. How can you wear them so they feel fresh? Again, I love a button-down shirt worn as like a jacket or blazer. So you just keep it totally open and you put it over your dress. This is a really great thing to do, like over a spring or summer dress. And again, roll up the sleeves. So you want to really think about bringing more ease into those pieces, because that uniform, it's pretty sturdy, right? So relaxing it a little bit, because it's a more relaxed environment.
I have way too many shirts, and I don't wear skirts anymore, and I don't wear pantyhose or tights.
So I'm curious, is anybody like, do you all have friends who are working in finance or an attorney? Like what are people wearing to work right now?
I only see them on Zoom. I only know what they're wearing from Europe.
and is it button-down shirts or blazers?
Well, actually, I don't see them at the office anymore. So
I don't see button-down shirts.
No. When I go back to updating my button-down shirts, they're definitely going to be more tunic-like, because people need that space and that ease, like you're talking about. So when I go, we have an office near Bryant Park, so I'll go in there occasionally. And the people who are wearing heels, it causes me to do a double take, because most people are wearing flats, I feel like. I do love seeing the women in the sheath dresses. You just can't get away from that being such a great look.
Are you still seeing the sheath dresses?
Occasionally, not a lot, but occasionally. I feel like it's not just you, Christine. A lot of people are lost. And then when I get on certain blogs, people are still like, well, what about this? Or I know that these ankle pants aren't supposed to be, these slim ankle pants aren't supposed to be in anymore, but what am I supposed to wear? So even people who are not retired are still lost. So this is, and it's kind of refreshing though, because it's our chance to really like identify who we are and what we want.
So no more slim ankle pants? Is that a thing?
Supposedly. I haven't gotten rid of mine because that's all I can wear.
So women love their slim ankle pants for sure, and they're a classic silhouette. So when you go to Levi's or when you look at the denim bar, I think is what they call it, like at the department stores, you're gonna see slim ankle pants for sure. You can't get away from them.
Hey.
So with my styling clients, I'm trying to get them out of their slim ankle pants, and not like all of them. Like, I'm not like, get rid of your slim ankle pants, but I'm asking them to, can we try this other silhouette also? Because it does feel modern and fresh to have a straight leg or a kick flare, or even a wider leg on some bodies, the wider leg as well. So, you know, my clients are still wearing their slim ankle and they definitely still look good on them. And I encourage that, but I'd love to have them branch out. And so that's actually one of the first things that I tend to do when I look at my clients, when I look at their wardrobe, is I see all these slim ankle pants. And I'm like, would you be open to trying a different silhouette? And usually if they're working with me, most of them are open. I mean, you know, when you work with a stylist, you're ready for change. So, right. So that is something that I would, so Christine, what kind of pants are you wearing right now? Like not right this second on, but like that you're wearing.
Well, I have a little complication in that very little of my closet fits me right now. And I have to get my weight back down because I'm also on the retiree budget now. I worked on Wall Street, but I wasn't the CEO. So, you know, don't want to spend all your money on clothes. You want to save some for vacations. So I do have the stretchy slim ankle pants, but in my jeans, I have a variety of silhouettes. Some of them are wider, some of them have a little flare. And I would like to try different shapes of pant. But again, I feel like I should not buy anything at the moment until I see how much I weigh when I start being outside again.
Yeah. And you know, one of the recommendations that I have, so bringing it back to decluttering and closet clearing, I know we sort of went into like what's on trend, and because that's fun to talk about, but bringing it back to decluttering, one of the things that I recommend after you declutter, and we can talk about ways to declutter also, but this is kind of like with what you were saying, Christine, I advise people to hold off on shopping and buying new things. I advise people to live with the space, live with the simplicity.
That's a great advice.
Number one, it inspires you to get more creative with what you have, and creativity. We all want to tap into we all are creative beings. Some people don't believe that they are, but really we are. And the way to tap into creativity is just through curiosity. So just getting curious about how I could do things a little bit different. And that's, there you are with your creativity. So that's why I love, you know, after we do a big closet purge, don't go and don't immediately replace everything, right? You don't have to do that.
That's great.
Live with what you have for right now. And then as you start to feel like you're missing things, like I really wish I had that wide leg, high-waisted pair of pants, right? You get very clear and very specific about what you need, because, you know, the work I do with my clients is we build cohesive, versatile wardrobes. I don't just shop with my client. That shopping is one small piece of the puzzle of building a cohesive and versatile wardrobe. And the first place I like to start is with what you have. So like for Ellen, let's reinvent those blazers and let's make those feel fresh now, right? So live with the space and see what is missing before running out to go like, I'm going to go try this new trend, or I want to see what this is, right? Just start to be deliberate with what you're bringing back in, because once you do get rid of all that stuff, it is a beautiful time, right? It's so spacious and you hangers can move so freely.
Not mine, but yeah.
And I'll have enough hangers.
Yeah. I'm always buying more hangers. It's terrible.
Oh, that is so funny. I've actually never heard anyone say that before, and I work with women. And my clients are actually all over the country and even in the world. And most of them live in houses and they have big spaces and this and that, right? So like they have their clothes in the spare bedroom and over here, right? So I've actually never heard somebody say that I need to buy more hangers, but I like that. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, this is great. Do you have a special Facebook group that we can be a part of, or what can you offer us now that that could help us?
Well, so for so yes, I do have a Facebook group. Darlene, I think you're already in it, aren't you? Do you do Facebook, Christine?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put the link to
great.
my Facebook group in here. It's a free Facebook group, and it's a funny story, this Facebook group, and Darlene, I believe, has been in there since the beginning. But this is actually to sort of illustrate what I was just saying. I just put the link to the group. I created this Facebook group. It's called the Closet Shopping Collective. I created this group 2 years ago in March of 2020 as a response to the pandemic. So this is March 2020 in New York City. It was a mess here. Nobody knew what was going on. I was like, okay, I'm going to create a space, Closet Shopping Collective. And I kicked it off. We did a 30-day challenge of wearing all of our clothes in our closet. And the purpose was to keep everyone showing up and getting dressed during a time when we didn't know what was going on in the world, right? Everything started to fall apart. So we did this fun little challenge that everybody, you know, from all over the world started participating in, and it got people using their clothes. So like closet shopping is very near and dear to my heart because number one, you make the most of what you have. Number two, it taps into your creativity, which I just talked about is such a beautiful energy to tap into. And then number three, it saves you money, right? You don't always have to spend money on new clothes. Like it's not always about shopping. It's not so much what you wear, but it is how you wear it. So definitely, Christine, you could do that. Join us in that group. I post questions every day. And then I also have, are you looking to purge your closet? Tell me where you're at right now. I'm curious to hear from Darlene and from Christine, like what's going on with you, with your wardrobe? What are you looking to do?
Well, let me just give a plug for Alysha's group because that was so fun in March.
Yeah, I already hit join. Yeah.
Good. I haven't been active on it lately, but there's this group of people. It's so encouraging. It's not just, it's the community as well that was really helpful, and just seeing what other people put together. And I don't know if you're still doing it, Elysha, but she would give us a theme, and it was like, okay, now it really stretched me. So having just packed a bunch of button-down shirts that are size 8 that are not fitting. I couldn't bring myself to throw them away, one, because I created those shirts. So that's another factor there. But what I found, Elysha, is as I have had to fly down to Florida, we flew down right after Christmas. And it really forced me almost to do what you're already talking about doing, which is weeding out. So I took a few black dresses, a few of my favorite pants, a few tops. This Nick and Zoe jackets turned out to be really great. Like, that's good. So they because they come in petites and they're knit and they add so much variety. So I found I really had a good capsule wardrobe down in Florida that I could then layer on, because now down there it was similar to this weather now. So I think I'm going to be thinking about how to continue that. Like, because of moving, I haven't been putting a lot of effort into what I'm wearing because, you know, it's just like, what can I do? And, you know, put everything into boxes. But I found myself being pretty minimal for the last 2 months, and I'd like to keep doing that.
Okay. I have some resources for you. Okay. So first of all, I don't know if I have a website, ElyshaLenkin.com, and I have so much content on there. I've been doing these blog posts since years. So, okay. So Darlene, I have the first post I'm going to direct you to is called, it's called How to Pack a Travel Capsule, but these principles you can apply to your everyday wardrobe. Okay. So that's the first, I didn't click send. So that's the first one, how to pack a travel capsule and use those principles. And the next one, so this whole idea of so I got very intrigued by minimalism, and I did this experiment with that. And so this post here is a stylist starter guide to a more minimal wardrobe. So that is a fun blog post. And I basically was like, so a stylist being a minimalist, is that like the butcher going vegan? Like what is that, you know? So, cause I think, oh, it was when I was redoing. So what happened was, so the office I'm in right now was my closet. So like I changed a walk-in closet into an office, and we built built-ins in the part of the bedroom. So I didn't have a closet. So anyways, that's when I did the experiment, because all of our stuff was out and I had to really condense the wardrobe. So those are two resources, Darlene, I think are going to get you thinking and moving in the direction.
I appreciate it.
And Christine, tell me a little bit about what you're looking for with your wardrobe.
Well, because I'm sort of a fashion Luddite, I've been for so many years either at work or at a singing rehearsal or something like that. And so I have not kept up with the trends at all. And, you know, I'm almost 64 and I don't want to wear something that looks like it would be better on a teenager, but I also don't want to look like I'm 102. So I don't really know what's in. I thought, well, maybe I should subscribe to a fashion magazine, but if I get something like Vogue, you know, it's going to be all the hot looks that have nothing to do with life. And so I don't even know where to go to ask the question.
Okay. All right. So I'm hearing that you want to, so here's my thoughts on trends is that my approach is not a trend driven approach. Like I'm never going to tell my clients, like, these are the top trends and you need to fit into these. I'll never do that. And there is nothing. And like one of my clients recently asked me, what is the list of items I need to build my wardrobe? And I was like, there is no generic list, but here's what you need specifically for your wardrobe. Okay. So those lists, the white shirt and the blazer, like it's not for everybody. Okay. So it's all customized. So here's the thing about trends is my approach is not trend driven. However, I do believe that we need to stay open and curious to ideas and to what's going on around us.
Yeah. You
like
want
the
to
way
look
you
current.
wouldn't want to be in a vacuum. Like, you know, there's bombs going off like in Ukraine, whatever. You'd want to know what's going on. And it's the same with how we're dressing. So I have a post for you. This one is actually quite fresh. I just posted this one last week, and it's about the trends that I'm following, that I'm going to bring into my spring wardrobe. And, you know, it's not just, I'm not your typical fashion person. So my approach isn't going to say, chunky shoes, bold cut. It's going to tell you a different way to approach trends.
That would be good.
And so that I think could be really fun and helpful. And, you know, I do videos. So do you watch videos ever when you take in contact, or do you prefer to read?
I like videos.
Okay. Cause I think the videos are really fun, especially with clothing, because I demonstrate, I use my own wardrobe. I've like taken things off, putting them on. So I think videos are fun to watch for style posts, but that is a really good post for you. And are you still purging your closet? Are you interested in purging at all, or are you not at that place yet?
I do want to. I might have to go through the painful exercise of trying everything on.
Yeah.
And seeing what I can't get into anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
So I am interested in purging, but I feel like I have all these conflicting factors. Well, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on clothes. Well, I don't know what I need anymore. Well, I'm 10 pounds heavier than I should be. So all of those would bespeak getting rid of different things. So that's why I'm so confused.
I have a lot of content about letting go of clothes as well. Would you be interested in seeing some of those posts?
Sure. I do like what you said about it. Do you really want to wear this anymore? That's
so
kind
let's just break it
basic.
down. Really simple. Not even do you want to, but will you? Will you wear this? And then when? Like Ellen, when are you going to wear the blazer with your fancy athleisure and your fancy sneakers?
Yeah, well, now I'm thinking maybe when I take my clients out tomorrow or next week. Yeah, because I'm tired of my sweatshirts and my sweaters and my big winter jackets. I mean, I'm tired. We're all tired of winter, but yeah, I think I will start experimenting and bring the blazers back out. You know, and a lot of it is just the blazers are in the far ends of my closet and I just get too lazy to take them out. You know, I kind of just grab what's in front of me.
Yeah.
So I think I need to reorganize my closets better. So I know what I have. Sometimes I don't even know what I have.
That's so that right there is so that
Mhm.
women, their wardrobes, they're drowning. One time somebody called me and she said, Elysha, I'm drowning in my wardrobe, and they don't know what they have. And then, you know, how are you going to work with that? You're just feeling so claustrophobic and overstuffed that it doesn't give you the space to do what you need to do. Okay, so I'm putting in a post right here. This is about letting go. I actually did a little series about letting go. And I believe if you read this one, at the bottom of this one, I think I tell you, click play to watch the video. Hold on, no, I'll put the other one. This is about, because basically it's about letting go. You're holding on to the past or you're holding on to the future. So I did a 2-part series on this. So these are the 2 letting go posts, which I think are really fun. And if anybody's interested, I also have a free closet clean out guide. And this is kind of comprehensive, but this is really only if you're like ready to get into your wardrobe and like do the like this is like going to take you through that process, and I'm happy to share it. It's a freestyle guide. If Christine or Darlene or even Ellen, if you would like to have that, I could pop that in the chat as well.
I'd love it.
Sure.
And it's like I said, it's actually a pretty comprehensive thing. It is something that I share with in my paid styling group, but I think it's super valuable. And it also, again, it shows a different approach to doing this, because my approach is holistic. It's not just about the clothes, it's about how you feel in your clothes.
Yes,
so you're
yes.
gonna really get that sense when you go through this style guide.
Yeah, well, it's always about how you feel. I mean, everything is about how
Yeah.
you feel, and
Yep.
if you feel good, you're gonna approach your work with a better attitude. You're gonna approach your relationships with a more positive mindset. Yeah, I mean, I know when I feel like crap, I mean, forget about it. I might as well just stay home,
Yep.
So, and I do
Yeah.
think clothes elevate your energy. Absolutely. Clothes, accessories, jewelry. I think women, I think that's why we love to shop. We're always, we love, reinvention and feeling good.
Mhm.
I don't think men have that issue.
My husband, every once in a while, like he got a new job. So we had one of those pandemic, he lost his job and then he got a new job and he's like, I need new clothes, And so he like wanted to reinvent his wardrobe
Okay.
for his new job. So, but that was over a year ago. So, it's been a while. But yeah, it's true that it does make a difference. I think most of us know that. Like scientifically, it's actually been proven that our clothing, what we wear, changes how we feel. They've done studies, that show that. And it's an easy way to change how you feel. Ellen, you have on this really cool necklace. How hard was that to put on with your black top?
This is Banana Republic. This I got in a flea market, $15.
Perfect.
I love
Flea
necklace.
market. Fake.
I'm always looking for that.
You look
Fake.
awesome.
And it's so easy to do. It's like, how much effort does it take to put on the necklace, But what happens is when we get in those ruts, sometimes we sink deep into those, and I do this too. I get in those ruts and then you just kind of lose your motivation. So it's about, getting back out, small steps. Start with like the simple accessory, right?
Yeah.
Start with maybe, getting out of the leggings and putting on the zipper or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this has been so much fun to do. Do you guys have any other questions, or is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up?
I do have a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Yeah. When you wear your fancy blazer over your athleisure or your dress, do you button it or not? And does it mean the difference between whether it fits you when you button it or not?
That's a really good question. So I imagine that it depends on the blazer.
Okay.
If it's a double-breasted blazer, then
Then you would have to.
Well, I was gonna say like, no, I don't think you do have to, but like I say like, I do like the idea especially with a dress, because it's like, you know, unless the dress is short, which I don't know if you all are wearing, like, oh, mini skirts, totally in right now, just in case you're wondering about the spring trends. But I like when you wear a blazer with a dress, when you can see a little bit of waist with it. So like, you know, if you do button it, that's going to generally give you a little bit more of a waist, less so with double breasted or oversized. So I think it depends, you know, on the outfit. With a dress, maybe you would want to, but with a pair of jeans, you don't have to. And again, what you really want to do is you want to start to train your eye so that you can see what looks right and what doesn't. And the way that you train your eye is you start by listening to your body and you decide, like, how does this make me feel? First of all, if I button it, does it feel too stiff and uncomfortable and I can't move? Then like so you train your eye by listening to your body, right? Okay. You want to train your eye. And another way you train your eye is you just keep practicing. You keep practicing, you keep trying on new ideas, and you take pictures of yourself. The selfie is a tool. I use the selfie as a tool. All my clients, like some of them didn't even know how to do a selfie. Like I actually have a guide of how to take a selfie because some of these women like never did that because it seems like a weird thing to do. But looking at yourself in the mirror in your outfit is just so much more subjective. Right. Yes. So, and then you start to train your eye and you just keep practicing. And of course, you know, when you work with someone like me, I help you. I make that process go so much faster. I just finished wrapping up with a woman and, you know, I gave her all these new ideas about what to wear and she's seeing herself in a new way. And she says, well, you know, I think I probably would have gotten to these ideas, but it might've taken me like another year to finally get there. You know, it's like when you work with somebody, it's just like, you get there a lot faster. So if anyone's available or wants to discuss what it would look like to work together, I'm definitely open to talking about that too.
Excellent. Well, Elysha, this is fantastic. I mean, you've really, there's so much information here. I can't wait to bring out my Barney's blazers and post them on Instagram.
Tag me.
I'm going to blame you. I'm going to tag Elysha.
Yeah.
And
Ellen, what's your Instagram? I want to see these blazers.
Oh, I'll put it in the chat.
Darlene, did you have something you were going to say also?
Yeah, you had a question.
Well, we took only a few items of furniture that we thought were worth paying the moving cost. And I feel it's the same way with clothing. Like, I think that Ellen's blazers she's keeping are worth holding on to because of everything she's described. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about, you know, things that feel good, I sometimes only stumble across like those Nick and Zoe jackets. Those are really good for me right now.
Yeah.
But when I intentionally go out to find something, to put this thing together, to see what I'm missing, I have a really hard time finding that magic piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And, you know, I was just talking with somebody who said the same thing. She said, I always stumble upon something and I get lucky and I just discover things, but whenever pants, she's really struggling with finding pants right now. And so the way I approach shopping, first of all, I do it like a pro because I have been a pro shopper for so long. And it is very just specific. You want to get really clear about what you're looking for. So let's say so for the pants, you know, I wanted her to get really clear. What is the inch of the rise that you're looking for? Like, what is the silhouette, right? You need to get really specific on all of the details. I'm talking about shopping online at this point. And then you really want to go in and use the filters. So use the filters, what you're shopping for, get specific on colors. You want to know, like, what are your colors that make you look vibrant and what makes you feel more alive? It's also the stores. You want to have your brands and you want to have your stores. Like with jeans and pants, you want to know your brands in your stores because that makes it so easy. Nick and Zoe is one of your brands for jackets, right? So now you've got that in your rep. So you can go back to Nick and Zoe when you need to update in that category. It sounds like you're pretty set right there, but again, so this is going to bring us back to full circle. And just, you know, I think a lot of the struggle is that we're putting too much fiction into what needs to be just facts, right? There's a lot of story and a lot of emotions that go into our shopping and our purchases, and it brings in with our body and how we feel about our body and the way we look and all that stuff, but just get really so knowing exactly what you're looking for as far as the facts of what that garment is, and then you can really get deliberate with your search, and then having a repertoire of brands that you can trust and rely on, and that you can go back to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Great. Great. Well, Elysha, thank you so much. This has been fantastic. And
Thank you.
So much
yeah,
fun.
really fun. And yeah, and this is one of my first Zoom calls I've ever done. So getting me out of my
How is
comfort
that
zone.
possible?
Yeah, I just have this phobia about Zoom. I don't know, but I got to get with the
Oh.
program because this is our life now.
Chris,
Anyway.
Ellen, I put my email in there for the next
Oh.
time you do one of these. I'd love to be included in the when you send
Okay.
it out.
Then
Me
Unless
too.
your Facebook is better, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I'll be following you on Instagram. So whenever you announce these, I'll know about it.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. Great, everyone. Well, happy styling and decluttering and reinventing your clothes, and have fun with it. And
Thank you for inviting
you know,
us, Ellen. This was great.
yeah,
And thank you,
sure.
Elysha, for sharing your expertise.
So much
Very
fun. It was my
Very
pleasure.
helpful.
Yeah.
All right.
So stay in
right.
touch. Let us know how your progress goes.
Okay.
We will. Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.